Mr. Speaker, I rise this morning to honor and pay tribute to an outstanding service and dedication of the Honorable Judge Oliver W. Wanger on the occasion of his retirement last week from the United States District Court for the Eastern District of California. For the past 20 years, Judge Wanger has served the people of California admirably and courageously, a commitment to the justice and fairness of the law. Moreover, he is extremely knowledgeable and always attempted to balance the scales of justice when hearing cases in general and specifically to cases dealing with California's water and environmental issues. During his tenure, District Court Judge Wanger has developed a mastery of complex federal and state water and endangered species law, putting forth many substantial rulings entitling lengthy and several hundreds of pages requiring painstaking attention to detail. Some of the most noteworthy in recent years were findings with respect to the operations of the Central Valley Project and the State Water Project that convey water supplies throughout California, including the San Joaquin Valley and Southern California, for urban use, for agricultural use. Were it not for Judge Wanger's attention to the letter of the law, farmers, farm workers, and farm communities in the valley would have continued to suffer from job losses and uncertainty during the most recent drought period. Federal agencies and this administration clung to flawed science and regulations that were destructive. Judge Wanger has worked tirelessly on these issues, often putting in 75 to 80 hours a week. His retirement now leaves only 2 active judges in the already understaffed district court, which extends from the Oregon border to the Tehachapi Mountains south of Bakersfield. In a letter to Chief Judge Anthony Ishii regarding his coming retirement, Judge Wanger expressed grave concerns over the immense and unbearable workload that his departure will create. And let me read from his letter. The impacts on these judges is best understood by my last 5 years. 161 jury trials to verdict, 5,465 courtroom hours, 3,554 terminal and civil cases, in which the individual caseload approaching 1,200 cases in a 5-year period. Judge Wanger also went on to say, now who will handle these cases? Despite our pleas to and Congress's expressed recognition of the need, the continued refusal to create new desperately needed judgeships for the Eastern District of California has created a hardship on the federal court. It's been more than 31 years since a new district judge position was created in Fresno, a division with over 2.5 million people. The continued erosion of the Eastern District Court's ability to provide public with a timely and effective federal judicial service is a burden on our nation, and the litigants should not suffer. End of quote in his letter. What Judge Wanger pointed out, and is not only a disservice of the men and women who serve the court, but the individuals throughout the region and the businesses whose cases are delayed years in some cases. This surely was not what our founding fathers had in mind for our country when they ensured that all Americans have a right to a speedy trial. And as we know, justice delayed can oftentimes be justice denied. Although the problem is not unique to the Eastern District of California, it is the problem where it is most pronounced, with by far the nation's largest caseload per judge. Legislation has been introduced in the House and the Senate to create additional judgeships in district courts where the need is greatest. Unfortunately, it has not been acted on. It is past time for the Congress to act on these bills to ensure that all branches of government are in fact working for the American people. In closing, I want to publicly thank Judge Oliver Wanger for his service to our nation. And I'd ask unanimous consent to enter Judge Wanger's letter into the record. I yield the balance of my time.